More than a dozen Memphis Fire and Police Department employees have been charged or fired nearly 2 months after the fatal beating of Tyre Nichols. The Memphis Police and Fire Department have conducted administrative investigations to determine whether employees violated department policies. Additional footage of the horrific January 7th beating, still yet to be released to the public, has resulted in some actions against several police employees. 7 were fired, 3 were suspended, and 1 retired before a hearing could be conducted. Directly following the death of Nichols, 5 police officers were fired and criminally charged, and 2 were relieved of duty. 4 Memphis Fire Department personnel have also been charged as well. That goes to tell you right there, Greg, again, how expansive this is, where it wasn't just those officers involved. It was a wide and deep in the Memphis PD and Fire Department.
Absolutely, Roland. I mean, the 2 stories that you're just covering, including this one in Memphis, Tennessee, and the one previously from the state of Tamaulipas, which has a border that abuts Texas, the United States, are not unrelated. You know, what is the relationship of government to the people who live in a state? And by a state, I mean an organized community that has rules and the rule of law. Certainly in Mexico, a place with over 130 million people, that it has very diverse regions, where there have been breakdowns in government and where there has been almost a truce for decades between the drug cartels and parts of the federal and state governments in Mexico. You see a situation where the state in many ways has failed to be able to contain criminal behavior. In Memphis, Tennessee, and many places in the United States of America, particularly where our people live, you have situations where the state has engaged in its own criminal behavior, thrown the rock, and hidden its hand. In the case of Mexico, it's easy to kind of zoom out and accuse an entire country of being a rogue place where there is no rule of law and the criminals have taken over. But what do you do when the criminals are wearing the badge? What do you do when the criminals are the people you call on the phone and they show up and execute you and then hide behind sovereign immunity, qualified immunity, hide behind the power of the state? These 2 cases are not unrelated. In both instances, who ends up suffering are the people. In the case of Mexico, the people cry out to the state for help and intervention, and the state has proven in many ways to be incapable of rolling back the criminality. In the United States, in the city of Memphis, the people cry out for justice, and these concessions, these dozen or so have been fired, are a tiny step in the direction of justice. But never forget that criminality can wear a badge and criminality can be someone without a badge. But either way, the people have the power to transform the state, but we have to be organized to do that.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. When you talk about blackness and what happens in black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it. This is about covering us. Invest in black-owned media. Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks. We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible. Check some money orders. Go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.